Hello, welcome to Eclipse and Java for Total Beginners. I'm Mark Dexter, your instructor. This tutorial will help you get started writing Java programs using Eclipse. Before we begin, please download the tutorial companion document. Also, you'll get the most from this tutorial if you have Eclipse installed on your computer and work along with the lessons. If you don't already have Eclipse installed, just follow the instructions in the companion document. Okay, let's get started. When we launch Eclipse, we are asked for the workspace. This is just a directory on our system where all of our Eclipse files will be saved. Here we're running Windows XP and have installed Eclipse in C:\Eclipse. Our workspace is installed in the same directory. The workspace you will use will depend on what type of computer you're using and where you installed Eclipse. One of the great things about Eclipse and Java is that they run on multiple platforms. If you've already set up Eclipse in a different directory, it's fine to just use that directory and workspace. The first time Eclipse starts, it displays a welcome screen. This has an overview, what's new, samples, and tutorials. We'll close it now. We can open the welcome screen anytime we want by selecting Help, Welcome, and you might want to explore this on your own. The first thing we need to do is create our project. A Java project contains source code and related files for building a Java program. To create the project, we're going to use the New Project wizard found on the File, New, Project, Java, Java Project. So press Next to launch the wizard. We'll type in Total Beginner for the project name. Move this up so you can see. Press Next. Here we'll take the default options and press Finish. Now it asks if we want the project to be associated with the Java perspective, and we say yes. And now Eclipse has created our project. Next, we need to create a Java package to hold our source files. A package in Java is a way to group related source files together. We'll talk more about packages as we go along. To create the package, we select the folder, we right-click, New, Package, and the naming convention for packages is normally to put your full URL plus the package name. So we'll type org.totalbeginner.tutorial. Press Finish, and now we have our package. So we've got project and package. Now we're ready to write our first Java code. You've probably heard about objects and object-oriented programming. A class is a blueprint for creating objects. We'll start with a very simple class called Person. Creating a class is easy. We'll just select the package, right-click, select New, Class, and we get a wizard. We'll put in the name of the class, Person, press Finish, and Eclipse has created the class for us. Next, let's make the text in the edit window a little bigger so it'll be easier to see as we go through these lessons. So we're going to go Window, Preferences, and we're going to open up General, Appearance, Colors and Fonts. We're going to go into Java, Java Editor Text Font. That's what we want. Then we're going to press the Change button, and we'll just make it 12 point and bold to make it a little easier to see. So we'll press OK, and now the font's a little bigger. Let's look at what we have so far. The first line is the name of the package where the class is created, and of course it's the same as what we have here, org total beginner tutorial. Notice that the line ends in a semicolon, and we'll see that a lot more. The next thing is what's called the class declaration, where we tell Eclipse this is a class. We're saying public. We'll talk about what that means later on. Public class person, and then we've got this open and closed set of curly braces. Now everything about this class has to go between these two curly braces. For now, I'm going to create a simple class and briefly explain what I'm doing as we go along. This will give you a quick overview of a Java class. Don't worry, we're going to come back and go into a lot more detail about writing Java class and methods and code later on. Now, to give us a little bit more space, what I can do is I can go up here and double click on the tab here, and that'll maximize the editor window within the Eclipse workbench. So the first thing we normally put in a class are what are called the fields, which are basically the data elements that the class holds. So I'm going to put in a comment with 2 forward slashes and say these are the fields. Then I'm going to type the fields. This is a very simple class. It only has a couple fields. I'm going to say private string name, name of the person, and then private int maximum books, most books the person can check out. And since I'm very safety oriented, I'm going to save this right now. Now you can see that Eclipse is formatting and color coding the Java code as I type. For example, the words package, public, class, private, and int are in red. That indicates that these are Java reserved words or keywords. So we can't use any of those words for our own variable or method names. Now it's important to note that in Java, all names are case sensitive. So for example, if I go up here and change this capital P in person to a lowercase p, Eclipse now indicates that there's an error. And if I hover on that, it's telling me that this is a new class and it needs to be defined in its own file. So Java is telling me that person with a lowercase p is not the same as person with an uppercase p. So I'm going to go back and change that to an uppercase p. As an aside, you can see that Eclipse is always checking our code to report errors right away. It doesn't wait until we compile the code. It's checking it as we type, which is a really nice feature and saves a lot of time. This is the end of the YouTube preview of Eclipse and Java for Total Beginners. You can download the entire set of 16 video lessons at eclipsetutorial.sourceforge.net. The lessons are free and altogether are a little over 3 hours long. In the lessons, we develop a working Java application, learning a lot about Eclipse and Java along the way. We use a test-first approach to writing the application, and we use the new 3.3 Europa version of Eclipse. Thanks for watching.